So this is where it all began. The iconic blue, purple and red stripe. Blue as in Bavarian blue. Red, allegedly, as in Texaco red, as BMW were negotiating with the company over a big sponsorship deal. Purple, that's what you get when you merge blue and red. The year was 1972, and that deal with Texaco never quite took off. But the new motorsport division was up and running. The company name signified by just adding a little M to the BMW name. An M that would go on to produce some of the most exciting, powerful road cars the world would ever see. And this is one of the very first cars to be produced by that new M division. One of just 1,265 3-litre CSLs. Built as a requirement to make 1,000 lightweight versions of their 3-litre CSI to make it qualify for the new Group 2 regulations so it could race in the European Touring Car Championship. To lighten the car, they had a thinner steel body, they had aluminium alloy bonnet, doors and boot lid, plus perspex side windows, all adding up to reduce the weight of the car by 210 kilograms and take it down to a very light 1,165 kilograms. They even bored out each of the 6 cylinders by 1/4 of a millimetre to increase the capacity from 2,986 cc's to 3,153 cc's in order to put it into the over 3-litre top class. And actually, by doing that small capacity increase, they upped the power from 203 horsepower to 206. The racing versions, however, were soon pumping out well over 400 horsepower, and their drivers would storm to championship victory in 1973 and then 5 times in a row from 75 to 79. The BMW M division had well and truly arrived. With their deep front spoiler and huge rear wing on the back, the car was soon dubbed the Batmobile and quickly became a crowd favourite wherever it raced. The first official M car, the M1, wouldn't arrive until 1978, so really this is the daddy of all M cars. This is actually one of the 500 right-hand drive versions that were imported into Britain by the franchise holders BMW concessionaires, and they felt that their customers wanted a few luxuries like lecky windows, some more sturdy front and rear bumpers, and a little bit of soundproofing. Concessionaires would also provide me with my wife Patsy, who was working in the marketing department of concessionaires when I raced in the BMW County Championship in 1979. But that's another story. Now, of course, some of you might have spotted that there wasn't a big, heavy bumper on the front of this car. And that's because the front air dam and that rear wing came as sort of bolt-on optional extras. Because obviously some people driving around London town didn't want their car to look like a racing car. But of course, quite rightly, the front bumper's gone, the dam is on, the wing is up, and it looks like a baby Batmobile. The cockpit, as you might expect, is fairly bare and minimalistic. A lovely round steering wheel, 4 spokes, no buttons on it at all. Just a little horn in the middle. We've got no cubby holes, no storage spaces apart from the glove box, and a rather bizarre sort of Grand Cruise Liner wooden dash area. I'm not sure if you had any other choices of wood, or certainly there was no tacky carbon fibre back in those days. And these seats, these bucket seats that absolutely grab me and hold me. There's no doubt that the M division had every intention of making this into a racing car. I'm just sitting here looking at those fences on the front wings and the big wing in my rear view mirror. I feel like I could be Hans Stuck taking on the Nordschleifer, the Nürburgring, in his big racing Batmobile, leaping over those crests, seeing air under all 4 wheels, the big BMW striped air dam, trying to hold it down from taking off into the air. Wonderful sight that thrills so many people. I've no idea how many of the 500 right-hand drive models still exist, but I do feel a bit honoured to be driving one right now with those memories coming back of a great era of touring car racing. Of course, I've only got the 206 horsepower and not the 400 odd that Stug had, so it does feel a bit lacking in the power front. Only 4-speed gearbox as well, but a lovely one to change. Little nip through down to third, give it some revs. The more revs, the more it really sings and comes alive, but so does a whistling noise from this slightly old window bindings. But you can still feel how light it is to drive, and this is the joy of a lighter car. As soon as I tweak it into a corner, the front darts in. It's just fun to drive. A truly wonderful driving experience in a genuine piece of automotive history. All thanks to Mad Automotives, who've got some incredible cars here in their collection, all of which could be prized away for the right price, including this simply gorgeous BMW 3-litre CSL.